Welcome everybody back to Lindsey Nelson Stadium. Here for game 2 of the day between Bears and Eagles. Bears' first loss of the season came to this Eagles team, who look to grab another one. Is the leadoff man Joe Smith going to lead it off with a single up the middle? Smith, who's been a little bit silent in his last couple of games, now collects his first hit. Smith came in today leading the Smoky Mountain Collegiate League in average. The 2-hole going to be Jack Sutton. Who faces Cade Elliott on the mound, starting for the Bears. His turn up. Is that ball not going to hit Sutton, actually? A bit of confusion on whether or not that hit Sutton at the plate. Smith takes advantage of that and comes all the way to third on the pass ball. The Eagles have a good chance to hop ahead here early. One of the best things you can do against this Bears team. One of the best pitching staffs in this league. Hard to score a bunch of runs on them. The 1-2 to the backstop. Coming in is Smith. He'll get in there. No play at the plate. And he'll come in to score. Able to manufacture the own run. Singled. Came all the way to third on the pass ball. And outscores on the wild pitch. The Eagles have an early lead. Carrying a bit of momentum from the game that they had just won against the Cougars. Sutton going to ground out to Mamatis at second for out number 1. If you missed the last game, Eagles beat the Cougars 6-4 after putting up 2 runs in the top half of the last inning, which was the 5th. And grabbing a win. The Cougars were ahead early and held the lead for 3 innings in a back and forth battle. A lot of pitching duels and a lot of good at bats. The pitcher for the Eagles, Cooper Morgan, struck out 11 batters. And now Elliott got Berkey down 1-2. A good spot for that fastball, but not going to catch enough of that plate. Catlett trying his best to bring that one back in. As we see another breaking ball off the plate from Elliott. And he'll walk. So Berkey reaches, giving the Eagles a 1-out base runner. Luke Goforth, who we didn't see play in the game earlier today, quickly down 0-2. The runner takes off. A swinging strike 3. Going to be a strike him out, throw him out to end the inning. Catlett showing off the arm behind the plate. And that's how we'll end the top of the first. The Eagles able to put one up on the Joe Smith single. We go to the bottom of the first. Bears looking to respond. They trail it 1-0. Henry Jackson going to start things off for the Bears, who trail the Eagles by 1. Eagles able to put up an early run on the Bears, something that doesn't happen very often to them. So the first pitch from Colton Reynolds going to get in there for strike 1. Reynolds, in appearance number 4 and start number 3. As he will try to paint that outside corner, the umpire not giving it to him so far. He'll find success coming back inside. Moving the count 2-2 to Henry Jackson, the right fielder for the Bears. Jackson skies that one in the air. Going to be caught by Goforth for out number 1. Reynolds, a 1.75 ERA on the season, has appeared in 8 innings, given up 5 hits and 2 earned runs. A pretty good strikeouts to walk ratio, 8 strikeouts to 2 walks. Love a guy who can keep the walks down and mow people down. Looking to continue this hot streak for the Eagles pitching staff. Saw Cooper Morgan put up 11 strikeouts, what is unconfirmed to be the record for the Smoky Mountain Collegiate League this season. Don't recall anybody coming close to that, but I will check and get back to you. But the whole Eagles pitching staff saw 14 strikeouts in that last game. The 3-1 to Mamontes. Gonna miss upstairs. The Bears have a base runner with 1 out. So this 2-3-4, all with home runs on this Bears team. Harbin, Mamontes, and Backus all have put one out. Harbin put one out in the left field over by those umbrellas. Mamontes put one out at Sevier County High School, and Backus did the same. The count now 1-1 to the Bears' third baseman. And Harbin will hit that one up the middle. Going to go to second for 1. Goforth fires over to first, and an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. One of the most exciting plays in baseball. An inning killer indeed. The Eagles will put up a big fat goose egg in the first inning against the Bears. Eagles coming back up to the plate in the top of the second, looking to extend their lead. They're up 1-0. Cade Elliott back up for the Bears. As we go to the top of the first, Eagles lead by 1, looking to extend that lead. The shortstop, Colby Abbott, will lead off the top of the second inning for the Eagles. Elliott getting it done both at the plate and on the mound for the Eagles, or for the Bears, rather. Hitting in the mid-threes at .350 with an on-base percentage of .480 and an ERA on the mound of 2. 14 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, 4 runs, all 4 of them earned, 10 walks, 14 strikeouts. This will be his second game started. Last time he started was against the Eagles on the 30th of June. Was that game that the Bears received their first loss, but not by fault of Elliott. Did not receive a decision in that game. He'll start the second inning off with a strikeout of Colby Abbott, his second of the game. Elliott be the third time that he has faced the Eagles this season, facing the 22nd, the 30th, and now today. Received the win in that first game against the Eagles that came on the 22nd. And now quickly has McCampbell down 0-2. Almost every Bears pitcher on this team has been good, even the ones that had just started pitching. Landon Slemp came on for his first appearance against this Eagles team, struck out the first 6 batters he saw, but was unable to shut it down as the Eagles came all the way back to win, handing the Bears their first loss. Since then, the Bears have lost once more. Lost to the Cougars yesterday as 2-2 comes in. Going to miss up 3-2. The full count offering. Going to ring him up. McCampbell started walking down to first base. Thought he might have had ball 4, but instead turns around and walks the other way. Victim of another Cade Elliott strikeout. 3 in a row for Elliott. I still missed that outside strike zone for ball 1. Hash, the hero of sorts in the last game against the Cougars, came up with the bases loaded with the Eagles trailing by 3 and doubled down into the left field corner. Would see the lead change 2 more times. But Hash, the first hit of the ball game, as the Eagles were being no hit at the time. Noah Maples was having an excellent outing until Hash doubled. The count even 2-2. Going to be a swung on and missed. Pitch looked to push away from the right-handed hitting Hash for strikeout number 3 in the inning. So Eagles get retired all by strikeouts as Elliott moves that total to 4. We go to the bottom of the second. Bears look to tie this game up. They trail it 1-0. Colby Backus going to lead things off in the bottom of the second for the Bears. Bears had a runner on. Mamontes had walked in the last half inning. But a double play quickly put an end to that. As Colton Reynolds looks to settle in and hold off this Bears offense. A Bears offense that's put up over 100 runs on 107 hits with a 267 average with 4 home runs as well. The leadoff man, Colby Backus, one of those home run hitters. as he takes ball one up and in. Reynolds trying to find that backdoor curveball that we saw Cooper Morgan throw in the last game against the Cougars. Was consistently hitting that backdoor slider for Cooper. Has now worked this count full at 3-2. The 3-2 going to come in and hit Backus. Leadoff base runner here for the Bears. Not what you want to do against this Bears team. As the pitcher, Cade Elliott, going to come up and swing it. Elliott doing a bit of a Shohei Ohtani, pitching and hitting both from the left side. Always good when you don't have to DH for your pitcher. Love to see a pitcher swing the bat for himself. To the count moves 1-1 on him. Elliott with a .333 average with an on-base percentage of .480. Appearing in game number 9 at the plate. His last game coming on the 28th of June. Reynolds now with a 2-2 count as Backus has been known to steal a couple of bases. The 2-2 fouled off. Rang off the car out in the parking lot. Never good when you see a car get hit by a baseball. The 2-2 will come again. Gonna miss low. Trying to get Elliott to chase on that, but Elliott with good eyes taken all the way. Backus with 8 stolen bases on the season takes off there. Right on cue. This whole Bears team likes to run it. 43 stolen bases total. Only caught 4 times. As Elliott pops that one up into the Bermuda Triangle, that may get down. Gonna go foul. Sutton just missing that. Chasing all the way, having to make a basket attempt. But we'll do 3-2 one more time. You get a pickoff move, as Backus has been off on multiple pitches in this at-bat. And he's off once more. Ball going to miss up and in, so it won't matter. Backus into second anyway. Back-to-back base runners for this Bears team, who look for vengeance. The last time they lost the game, the next game they came up against the Copperheads and hung an 11 on spot on them. As Kendall Catlett going to hit that into center field, Backus going to be held up at third. Throw will be cut off. Was just going to talk about how good Catlett was at scoring runs. Almost brought himself in another RBI there, but bases loaded. Quinn Rooks will be catching in this game, but is not the starting catcher. Catlett will catch Cade Elliott, but for Finnegan and Mize, the other two pitchers scheduled to come on for the Bears, Rooks will catch them. Looking to put his imprint on this game early. Bases loaded, nobody out. The Bears trailing by 1. Now 3-0. Rooks has drawn quite a number of walks, has walked 7 times, has been hit by a pitch 6 times, coming to a .432 on-base percentage. One of the highest on this Bears team. Thought he had ball 4 there, went down to take off the shin guard, but umpire calls him back into the The 3-1. Going to be cut on the mist. And Reynolds has worked his way back into this count, moved it full. Not going to catch enough of that zone. Going to miss just outside. Scoreboard went a little off the fritz there, but we are back. Okay, good. Backus comes in to score, and everybody moves up 90 feet. On the walk from Quinn Rooks, plating himself an RBI and reaching base yet again. The absolute master of reaching base on this Bears team. Still no out has been recorded in this inning. As Reynolds having a tough time the bottom half of this lineup. Still one more game to go after this, halfway through this one. But we'll see the Copperheads versus BC White, a matchup we've seen a couple of times. As we now see a 3-2 count to Reese Cooley. Reynolds in danger of walking in another run that would give the Bears the lead. Cooley fouls off a pitch outside. Cooley with 2 RBIs in the season, but with one of the higher on-base percentages, drawing walks at a high rate, reaching base at a .407 average. And they'll reach base once again. A bit of a walk fest here as we get a meeting at the mound. Bears take the lead 2-1. We'll be right back after the mound visit. Only the one hit on the inning for the Bears. 3 walks, a hit by pitch, and a single have brought 2 runs in for the Bears, and the base is still loaded with nobody out. The right-hand hitting center fielder for the Bears takes ball 2, looks to do some damage. Could possibly put this game further out of reach for the Eagles. As he fouls off strike 1. As mentioned before, Elliott only the 4 earned runs given up on the season. So I have to think that some extra runs could put this game in the hands of Elliott, and he probably won't fail them. The 2-2. Gonna miss up and out. A full count once again for Colton Reynolds. As Compton hits that one to left field, that might get down. It does. Gonna bounce over the head and roll further to the wall. 1 run in, 2 runs in. The ball will be cut off at third base. A 2 RBI double from John Compton. Increases the lead to now 3. Score 4-1 Bears. Catlett and Rooks both came in to score. Reese Cooley over there at third base. And Compton in at second with a double. RBIs number 6 and 7 for Compton, as he cashes in with his first double of the season as well. But the Bears not done yet. Still nobody out. And a 3-1 count to Landon Slemp. Slemp, one of the higher RBI totals on this Bears team, was 7. In third place behind Catlett and Backus. But swings through a fastball up for strike 3 and out number 1 in this inning. Reynolds able to get his first out, but now the lineup flips over. Ball going to go back to Reynolds. He'll chase down Cooley, who tries to put the moves on him. Not entirely sure if he was out there. Umpire's going to have a discussion here on whether or not Cooley missed the tag. No ruling on it. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. I have no idea what's going on here, folks. Umpires have given me no word. I saw a safe call come from the home plate umpire, and I think there's only one out. So, going to give the run to the Bears currently, but I am not 100% sure exactly what's going on. Matthew Mamata is going to step in as Compton to third. And Jackson, who's swiped a couple of bags over at first. They've already picked off a couple of times. So the count moves 3-0 on Mamatas. Jackson with 4 stolen bases on the season. And still only the 1 out in this inning, probably. Jackson takes off. Mamatas fouls one off the mask of Jones behind the plate. Mamatas walked his last time up. Was left stranded, but this time grounds the ball to short, going to go to second for 1, and not going to get the back end. Another run will come in to score. All right, so yes, indeed, the run counted, folks. So Cooley came in to score on that bit of confusion. John Compton had just come in to score, moving the score 6-1 Bears. Mamatas reaches on that fielder's choice. And now Harbin grounds the ball up the middle. An easy flip over to second will end the inning. An outburst for this Bears team. Put up 6 runs in the bottom of the second to take a commanding lead. We go to the top of the third. Bears up 6-1. So off the long bottom of the second inning, top of the third is going to start with the Eagles trailing by 5, and Seth Branson going to step up to the plate. Branson been white hot for the Eagles in all of his appearances. Only has 1 game with no hit. Has hit in every single game he's played. Won't single here. That ball hit to short. Almost able to beat it out was a speedy Branson. And that'll be out number 1. Elliott on a bit of cruise control after allowing 2 base runners and the run in the first inning. Has not allowed anything since. The 1-0 going to be just foul Ethan Jones almost able to put one in the right field corner, which would surely have given the Eagles momentum. But instead, the count moves to 1-1. Four strikeouts already on the day for Elliott. Coming into this inning, had struck out 4 in a row. And Ethan Jones now down 1-2. The 1-2 going to be a fastball. That's going to miss low and in. Didn't catch enough of that zone. And a foul ball. Pretty sure, yeah, foul ball. Bit of a weird call there from my angle up here in the booth. Did not look like that Ethan Jones got any bit of that ball. But instead it'll be a foul ball. That ball going to roll all the way to the backstop. Almost a good block by Catlett. Not able to slide over in time. Jones making his first start of the day. Did not start in the game against the Cougars. And gets himself a walk. Top of the order coming up now for the Eagles. Leadoff man and center fielder Joe Smith. As we get a courtesy runner for Jones. Courtesy runners normally come in for your pitchers and your catchers. Normally allow catchers to give a little bit of a break. As a catcher, really appreciated that. Didn't have to run the base as much. Got to put the gear on faster. As Smith hits the ball hard over to third. Gonna bounce off the chest of Slemp. And Smith will reach. Now the Eagles in a little bit of business here. Got 2 runners on with 1 out. And the middle part of their lineup going to come up. Jack Sutton grounds the ball to Mamatas at second. He'll step on the base. Fire over to first, but that's not going to be completed. Ball going to go off the wall. Will play to run on the error by Mamatas. The Eagles cut it down to 4 now. Score of 6-2. Another ball hit back to Mamatas. This time he will complete the play. And that's how we'll end the top of the third. 1 run across for the Eagles. Ethan Jones able to come around. We go to the bottom of the third. Bears up 6-2. Colby Backus will lead us off once again. As the Bears brought 9 or 10 men to the plate. An inning that saw the Bears score 6 of those 10 runners, only leaving 2 batters left on base. And the first pitch to Backus is going to be in there for strike 1. Backus was hit by a pitch to lead off the rally in the second. Reynolds still on the mound, going his scheduled outing of 4 innings. Should be Reynolds, Normant, and Wilcoxon. Wilcoxon only if necessary. As Backus smashes one in the right field. Going back is Branson. Going to run up against the wall to make the catch for out number 1. A rather loud out number 1 from Backus. That's how we'll start the bottom of the third. Starting pitcher Cade Elliott going to stride in and look for a time on base. Reached base his last time up. Came around to score. We're looking for a hit here. Received a walk in his last at-bat. Second of 3 games. Next game will be BC White against the Copperhead. Should be a good game. I've seen that matchup a lot of times. BC White and the Copperheads have played each other almost the most out of anybody in this league. The only team that might rival that is the Eagles and BC Blue. They played each other 5 times to start this season. But now the 1 and 2 coming to Elliott. Going to come in and hit him. Tried to duck out of the way, but was unable to. Courtesy runner for Elliott. As Kendall Catlett looks to build on his last at-bat, singled, and came around to score. Hits that ball high in the air to Smith out in center. Branson going to call him off. And make the catch for out number 2. So 2 flyouts out to Branson. That's how we've got these 2 outs from the Bears. Quinn Rooks looking to reach base once again. Reach base on a walk. That scored the runner as we get a stolen base attempt. But Jones going to gun him down once again. So caught stealing number 2 on the game for Ethan Jones. That's how we'll end this inning. Rooks will bat again as we come up in the 4th. Top of the 4th inning coming up. Eagles looking to cut into this deficit. They trail at 6-2. Luke Goforth steps in for the second time today. A strikeout victim. His first time up. Watches ball one on the inside. Started in the game last night against BC White. Went 3 for 3 with 3 singles. But lines this one out to shortstop for out number 1. A quick out number 1 for Elliott. Not entirely sure how long of a leash they'll give him here, as I believe the most we've seen Elliott throw is 4 innings. The first pitch to Abbott going to come in and hit him. Eagles have a base runner to start. Bears manager, head coach coming out. Had a bit of a discussion with Catlett behind the plate. Maybe missed a sign there. Never know. It's now with 1 out and a runner on. That runner being Colby Abbott, who was just hit by a pitch. Alec McCampbell, the left fielder, will try his best to get something going for the Eagles. The 1-0 going to be cut on and missed. A good pitch from Elliott. Going to move the count even at 1-1. Eagles, with their last win, moved to 6-8-1. Possibly jumping over BC Blue, who was only a game ahead of them. McCampbell squares the bunt but pulls back. 2-1. BC Blue with a record of 4-6, not played as many games as the Eagles. But with 6 wins, only 2 games behind the Copperheads in the win column as that ball bunted back to Elliott. He'll make the easy throw over to first base for out number 1. Or out number 2. Abbott will move to second on the bunt. Call it a sacrifice. Zach Hash DHing in this game. Looks to grab himself another RBI here on this Tuesday. Already 3 that came in the last game against the Cougars. But Elliott just trying to put up another 0. Still only the 1 hit for the Eagles. And only 4 total base runners. So not much being able to be had on Elliott. And with 2 outs in this 4th, looks to put up yet another 0. Trying to keep Abbott close there at second base. Not wanting that runner to move to third. As we've seen a decent amount of pass balls and wild pitches in this league. Not wanting to put that in anybody's hands as Elliott picks off to keep him close. Three and 1 to Hash. Formerly a strikeout victim to Elliott, but this time reaches base. A 2-out base runner for the Eagles puts 2 on and brings up the 8-hole hitter, Seth Branson. Branson grounds the ball to third base. Will step on his own bag to end this top of the fourth. 2 runners left on for the Eagles as Elliott gets out of the inning. 4 strong for Elliott. Only the 2 runs given up. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Bears up 6-2. Ben Wilcoxon going to come on for the Eagles, going to him a little bit early, as both Reynolds and Normant have pitched in this game. Wilcoxon coming in for appearance number 3. All 3 have been against these Bears. Pitched in that game where the Eagles were able to get the win. Came in relief, pitched 2 strong innings, only giving up 2 hits and a walk on 2 strikeouts. No runs given up on the season total for Wilcoxon. So they're going to ask him to log some serious innings coming on in the fourth. Count moves 1-2 to Quinn Rooks, who walked in an RBI in the second inning. The big lopsided number on that scoreboard. Serves that ball in the right field. If it stays fair, it will. Rooks steps on second, heading to second, and gonna get in there with a double. To start this half. So a leadoff double has the Bears threatening already in this bottom of the fourth. as Reese Cooley, who has also walked in a run in this game, looks to do some damage for himself, but is quickly down 0-2. The 0-2 gonna miss low. As Cooley looks for RBI number 3 on the season. A 273 hitter for this Bears team. Fouls off another one to the backstop. Cooley with a .407 on base percentage with a walk already today. I have to think that on base percentage is going up. But swings over a ball in the dirt for strike 3. Will Coxon will record another strikeout. So the first out, a swinging strikeout by Cooley. We'll bring up Compton, who singled in 2 RBIs his last time up. A stolen base for the courtesy runner for Rooks. Not sure who it was exactly, as I cannot read the number from here. A good spot for that one from Ben Wilcoxon. Pounding that outside corner. The 0-2 gets fouled off. A ball anywhere but probably the third baseman would play to run here for Compton. And that's exactly what he'll do. Ground ball to Abbott at short. He'll make the play for out number 2. Eagles trading a run for an out there. Will move the score to 7-2. Compton with RBI number 3 on the day. Landon Slemp gonna foul off the 0-1 and move the count to 0-2. Struck out his last time up, not looking for a repeat here in this inning. Fouls off yet another one. Slemp has also recorded some time on the mound for the Bears. Came in against these Eagles and struck out the first 6 batters that he saw. An impressive feat. And I'm pretty sure I had just seen a MLB record that was 8 of the first strikeouts in a game from Max Scherzer. So in relatively the same company with those 6 straight strikeouts as Landon Slemp. The 1-2 going to be hitting the right center field. Smith on his horse. Going to be called off by Branson. A lot of speed in that outfield. Will make the catch for out number 3. Top of the 5th coming up. Eagles looking to get something going here. It's getting late. Only a couple more times at the plate. They trail at 7-2. Cade Elliott on for the top of the 5th inning. Previous season high was 4 innings. That came against the Eagles and the Cougars. First batter, Ethan Jones going to get hit. Ethan Jones, one of 2 Cougars or Eagles to come around to score. Reaches base once again. We'll get a courtesy once again for Jones. Courtesy runner, not sure if it's the same as last time, but came around to score for Jones. And now the top of the lineup, Joe Smith, going to hit once again. Smith 1 for 2 on the game, has singled and reached on an error. Fouls this one down the left field line. Smith, the other runner to come in and score for the Eagles, led off the game with a single, was able to come around and give the Eagles an early lead. Would soon be erased in the bottom of the 2nd by the 6 runs from the Bears. A good pitch from Elliott there, one that we've seen throughout this game to get himself strikeouts. Gets a good swing there from Smith. It was the count 1-2. Nobody out in this top of the 5th inning. Eagles trailing by 5. Looking to get something going, a bit of a rally. So that ball up the middle. Going to get past the diving Mamatis. And Smith on for the 2nd time today via the walk. Or the single. Second hit of the game for Joe Smith. Last time he reached, came around to score. So looking to repeat that here. As Sutton grounds the ball to Mamatis. He'll go to 2nd for 1. Bobbled it a little bit, but able to get the lead runner, Smith, out. Jones will move to 3rd. So now 1st and 3rd. For the Eagles. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Joshua Berkey facing Cade Elliott. As the shadows begin to cover the pitcher's mound. The 1-0 going to be fisted into left. In on the hands, but Berkey able to fight it off and push that into left to put another run on the board for the Eagles. First hit of the game for Berkey, first RBI of the game for Berkey. The Eagles not quitting just yet. Have slowly been putting up runs, one in every other inning. The 1st, the 3rd, and now the 5th. Look to put up more than just the 1 in this inning. With the out earlier in this inning, Elliott reaching the season high for him. 4 1/3, previously capped at 4. Goforth ahead in this count, 3-0. And Colby Abbott sitting on deck. Goforth tosses his bat back to the dugout, assuming that was ball 4. Goforth really eager to get down there at first base. We'll have to see at least one more pitch. See, he fouls off the 3-1. Just 3 hits in the game for the Eagles. Elliott's been good at keeping base runners off the base paths for this Eagles team. Both runners take off. As Goforth going to foul off the 3-2 again. 3 straight foul balls here for Goforth. Really battling, trying to work his way on base. Load the bases here for the Eagles. The 3-2 going to be cut on a missed. Going to go all the way to the backstop. Goforth will be out. On the swinging strikeout, a good pitch from Elliott. A back foot slider for out number 2. Looking to dance himself out of danger once again is Elliott. First pitch to Abbott going to be on that outside corner for strike 1. Living on that outside edge. Produces a swing from Colby Abbott. Abbott, who was struck out earlier in this game to Elliott. That coming in the second, where Elliott set down the side in order. All coming from the strikeout. The 0-2. And be hit back to Elliott. Going to chop over his head. Require a good play. And they'll get it. A good stretch from Backus over there at first base. Will secure out number 3. A good play all around. Ends the rally for the Eagles in the top of the 5th. One run comes across. That was Ethan Jones, who was scored from Joshua Berkey, a single into the left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Bears coming up to bat. They lead at 7-3. New pitcher on the mound for the Eagles will face the top of this Bears order. Trying to put up a 0. Hold off long enough for the Eagles team to come back, but instead will hit the first batter he sees. Henry Jackson going to reach for the second time today. The next three batters for the Bears all have 20 RBIs combined on the season. But Matthew Mamontes will fly out to center to give the Eagles the first out of their inning. Going to bring up Logan Harbin. Harbin's grounded to Colby Abbott at short multiple times in this game already. Once for a 6-4 3-double play, and once just for a 6-4 putout. This ball going to get behind Jones. Roll all the way to the backstop. Henry Jackson takes a hard turn around second base, but not going to go anywhere. Jackson with some speed out there at second base. Already 4 stolen bases on the season. This Bears team stealing bases at a high number. And Harbin looks for RBI number 3 on the season. The 2-0 going to bounce to the backstop once again. And Jackson moved to third. So 2 balls to the backstop move Henry Jackson from first to third. And the Bears' 8th run of the game, only 90 feet away. Taking all the way is Harbin on 3-0. Takes a good fastball on that outside corner. That outside corner being hit consistently in this game. Have seen Elliott flip breaking balls over there, and both of these Eagles pitchers consistently living on that outside edge. The 3-2. Cut on and missed. Oh, never mind. Foul to the backstop. Don't have the trajectory on that one. Just looked like Harbin missed it, and we'll get a meeting at the mound here. Maybe a little bit of a cross-up between the two players on the field. Jones not liking what he saw there. Wanted to talk it over and make sure they're on the same page. With the full count delivery coming once again. Going to be fouled off another time by Harbin. Doing his best to put something in play and get himself an RBI. A ball anywhere except maybe the third baseman would score a run. It's the Eagles infield playing deep. Pops this one up. Ethan Jones coming under it. A good play to record out number 2. One of the more fun plays to practice as a catcher, those shooters behind the plate. Tough to find a coach that can consistently hit them. As always, the last thing to be done in an infield-outfield. The first pitch to Backus going to be lined out to McCampbell and left, and he'll record the out, and that'll end the inning. So Henry Jackson's left stranded over at third base. Top of the 6th coming up. Looks like we might have a new pitcher, as Cade Elliott went in his 5 innings and only gave up the 3. The Eagles look to jump on this new pitcher. They trail at 7-3. Getting late here for the Eagles. New pitcher coming in for the Bears. Going to be Ryan Finnegan. Finnegan 1-0 on the season, making his third appearance. All coming out of the bullpen. Pitched 5 innings, 2 hits, no strikeouts, and a walk. And no earned runs. That important 0 in the runs column. Looks to close this game out for the Bears. They might not have to use Justin Mize. He'll face 6, 7, and 8 for the Eagles. McCampbell, Hash, and Branson. McCampbell, who put down a sack bunt. I'm assuming it was a sack bunt at the last time up. If not, it was a very poor bunt for a hit. This time, flies the ball out to Mamatis at second. He'll be the first out of the top of the 6th. The right-handed hitting Zach Hash going to come out for his 3rd attempt of the game. 0 for 1 with a walk. Was able to walk to move Abbott to second in the 4th inning, where they were both left stranded. And quickly down 0-2 as Finnegan, wasting no time in this appearance. The 0-2 going to be hit in the air. Backus on his horse, runs all the way to the wall in right field, makes the catch. So 2 pop-outs to infielders. Have the Eagles quickly with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Seth Branson gonna watch a ball up and away. Branson, who's already made a couple of good plays out in right field, tracked down a Colby Backus line drive and ran into the wall. Was able to make the catch, and now singles past a diving Mamatis to give the Eagles a base runner. So Branson with his first hit of the ball game. We'll bring Jones up, who looks to flip this lineup over. And with a single into right field, we'll do just that. Branson on his horse will get into third A good throw. But Branson, too speedy, makes his way to third base. Jones, with his first hit of the day, had previously reached on a walk and hit by pitch. Brings up the top of this Eagles lineup up. Joe Smith, 2 for 3 on the day. Eagles looking to complete a comeback. Trail by 4. Might have 2 more at-bats. The next game scheduled to start at 8 o'clock. And at 7:15, not entirely sure if we'll get a 7th inning, but we push on here. The 0-1 to Smith. Going to be fouled into the coach's box and down the left field line. 0-2. Seventh multi-hit game for Joe Smith. Has had 2 hits in a game 3 times and 3 hits in a game 4 times. But swings through strike 3, a good fastball by fitting it on the outside corner. Leave 2 stranded on for the Eagles, first and third. Bottom of the 6th coming up. The Bears lead it 7-3. Elliott, Catlett, and Rooks due up for the Bears in the bottom of the 6th. A 7-4 lead that their pitching staff has protected well. Eagles scoring every other inning, so due for a run in the top of the 7th. But Finnegan will look to turn them down. As Cade Elliott, who started this game, has an even count 1-1. Smashes this ball down the right field line, but going to be stabbed by Berkey over at first base. So Sawyer Normant settles in. Put up a 0 in the last half inning. Eagles pitching a little bit out of order here. Put Wilcoxon in before Normant and completely threw me off. But the 1-0 from Normant going to be a check swing. Going to say, yes, he did, from Catlett. Catlett, who singled in that second inning, the large one that saw the Bears put up 6 runs and take a commanding lead that they have not relinquished. So Catlett 1 for 2 on the day. In his third at-bat in the first one against Sawyer Normant. A check swing, and they're going to check. They say, yes, he did. The good slider from Normant. Going to get out number 2. The other catcher, Quinn Rooks, who is actually behind the plate defensively right now. Catlett only caught Elliott. A bit of a John Lester situation, with Elliott likely preferring Catlett over Rooks. Saw that with John Lester and the catcher Ross, who's now a coach in the MLB. So every 5th day, Cody Ross would get a start. And now Rooks looking to get something going here for the Bears. Maybe add a couple late insurance runs. The 1-1. Going to be cut on and missed. A good fastball pumped right by the bat of Rooks. Norman in his 5th appearance with the Eagles. A record of 1-1. A loss coming against the Bears on the 22nd, and a win coming against BC Blue on the first game of the season back on June 9th. Quite a long time ago. Is that ball going to bounce off of Jones's glove to the backstop? Rooks, who was swinging, reaches base on the drop third. A late 2-out base runner here for the Bears, who maybe look to give Finnegan a little bit of insurance buffer. A 4-run lead is almost never safe in baseball. No lead is ever really safe in baseball. As Reese Cooley going to step in, runner going to take off. And that'll let Rooks have it. Cooley will hit it up the middle. Hitting third, heading for home is Rooks. And he'll come in to score. So an RBI single for Cooley. Cooley's first hit of the game, but only second RBI. Walked in a run in that second inning. Score now 8-3. Makes the job a little bit tougher for the Eagles. Compton looking for more here. 3 RBIs in this game. Had a hit in the second inning that brought in 2, and then grounded out to the shortstop that brought in Rooks in the 4th. So the runner takes off, a bit of a hit and run there. So Rook's having a bit of a good day, or Compton having a bit of a good day. And singles in the right for hit number 2 of the game. So continues the hot streak in this game. Now 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. The single from Compton going to keep the inning alive for Landon Slemp, who smashes the ball in the left field. McCampbell going to range his way into left center and make the catch for out number 3. One insurance run tacked on for the Bears. Top of the 7th, looking like it's coming up. And indeed, we'll get a 7th inning. Bears lead it 8-3. Two, 3, and 4 look to do some damage for the Eagles in this top of the 7th. They trail by 5 to the ever-powerful mighty empire of the Bears. Ryan Finnegan on for inning number 2. Looking for his first save of the season. Or rather, not a save opportunity. Just looking to close the game out for the Bears. Jack Sutton going to ground the ball over to first. He'll wave off Finnegan. And that'll be out number 1. Eagles looked like they ran out of gas a little bit. Ran into a bit of a buzzsaw with Elliott. And also playing the second game in a row. Had just beat the Cougars in a come-from-behind victory. Ball hits Mamatas, a diving play, going to bounce out of his glove. Score that one a single. A tough play from Mamatas. Not warranted of a error. So 2 for 3 on the day is Berkey. 2 singles and a walk. Was previously too aggressive on the base pass, was caught stealing in the first. Likely not going anywhere here. As the last thing the Eagles need is a caught stealing to end some momentum. Goforth, who has struck out twice in this game, looks to put a ball in the outfield. Change his fortunes today, get the next guy out for the Eagles. But down 0-2 quickly. Finnegan has him just where he wants him. The 0-2 can be caught on a miss on a fastball up in the zone. Third strikeout of the day for Goforth. That's the hat trick. We'll bring up Colby Abbott, the shortstop for the Eagles in this game. Eagles down to their last out. The Bears getting their revenge, it seems, so far. After the Eagles came back and defeated them to hand the Bears their first loss, the Eagles taking the lead in the second inning and not giving it up. Now 0-2. Finnegan looks for strikeout number 2 in this game. The 0-2. Gonna miss off the plate. Abbott not trying to be a strikeout victim once again. Struck out in the second. 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. As Finnegan misses twice. And Abbott works the count even, 2-2. Cobbreds and BC White both chilling out in right field. Chomping at the bit to get on this field. And they'll get just that. Another strikeout for Finnegan is how we end this game. So an 8-3 final. The Bears taking the lead in the 6th inning and running away with it. Win number 16 on the season for the Bears. Move their record to 16-2. The Eagles split their doubleheader, go 1-1. Move their record to 6-9-1. Moving up in those standings, though, have likely taken control of 3rd place. Still one more game to come as the Copperheads and BC White both take the field now. Game should be starting here soon. But as for this game, final score 8-3. Bears get another victory. That's going to do it. Thank you for tuning in.